If you're sitting there going, I'm fine being broke, then you're a loser and you deserve the slavery which will be bestowed upon you.
This guy. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's John Penberthy here, founder of AdClients.com. And in today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. With the explosion of TikTok. TikTok. With the explosion of TikTok and its popularity and more entrepreneurs getting on there as well, my editor Pete behind the camera right now thought it'd be a good idea to compile a few TikToks that he wants me to watch and react to, and we're pretty much going to dive straight in. Most of these are related to our topic of business, marketing, motivation, whatever the case may be. Let's dive in and see what we think of these. Gary V. All right.
Bosses piss me off. Bosses get employees and as if like they're there to serve them. Crazy. The entitlement by small business owners and managers is obnoxious. I expect my people to work the way I work. I'm like, are you giving them the same money? What the are you talking about?
So this is huge actually, because I'm a Gary Vee fan. I like his content. I like how much he puts out. I like a lot of what he says. There's also a lot that I don't like about what Gary says. We'll perhaps talk about that in another video. This is a particular clip though that I really like. I feel quite passionately about this topic as well. We have, I believe, an amazing culture here in our company, within our team, and it's because I haven't acted like this. This, I guess, in one sense, has come naturally to me since the very beginning. It's like treat people well, build a team of not just amazing people, but people that love coming to work, feel appreciated, and don't feel like they're just pawns on a chessboard, just moving around as you tell them to. This is great, actually. I really like what Gary said there. It's so cool. Let's see what's next. Oh, I've seen this guy around on TikTok a fair bit. Let's see what he's got to say.
I have no sympathy for broke boys. The richer I get, the less sympathy I have, because it is so easy to get rich if you're not lazy, stupid, or arrogant. Every rich person is either lazy, stupid, or arrogant. Usually,
he said every rich person's lazy. I think he meant every broke person.
Combination of the three. You sit there and tell a poor person how to make money. Oh well, yeah, but you're broke. What do you know? You are arrogant, you are lazy, and you're stupid. You're sitting there and you cannot afford supercars. You're one of those three. So fix your personality.
So I don't really know how to react to that, to be honest. Like, I get it. I get his message. Take action. If there's a good opportunity, jump on it, make a quick decision. Perhaps I would personally describe it slightly differently. Let's move to the next one.
So this is a marketing strategy that I see nobody's talking about.
I love how he says nobody's talking about this. Nobody's doing it. That's such a classic intro to a video when it's like, nobody's using this webinar tactic, but actually kind of a lot of people are, but it's just a way of grabbing attention. I like it though. It's a good content piece.
But when you're putting out content, people are often talking about information, right? The how-tos, the strategy, the tactics. But if you're only talking about information, you'll eventually be commoditized because information is everywhere. People can get that information from Google, from other people. So what makes you stand out? It's not about information anymore. It's about transformation.
We actually do this in our boot camps. We have 2 and 3 day boot camps. We used to actually over teach on the information, and we started moving towards transformation, and it's actually been producing some great results. So what this guy is saying is spot on.
About your story, talk about your successes, talk about your failures, talk about your struggles, fears, motivate them, and help your customers get to where they are, to where they want to be.
Very good. Actually, that's a really nice piece of content. And again, we see this and we see the benefit of this in our own company. He mentioned stories there, and sharing your own story and the stories of your clients and the people that have won with your stuff is very powerful. And we find that we'll have more conversions, more people wanting to become a client off the back of stories than off the back of information. There's a concept that I teach on this topic, which is the wow, not the how. We show the wow, but we sell the how, and it works great. So no, that was really cool. Next up, Alex Hormozi. Really like this guy. In fact, there's very few people that I would say this about, but if you have just spare time in the day and you're wanting to consume content, just go and soak up as much of Alex Hormozi as you can. If you're wanting to grow your companies, your sales teams, leveraging your marketing in the right way, he's just got some really good content and has a way of describing it very, very eloquently as well. So check out Alex, and we're going to check him out right now.
If I'm trying to get my wife to go where I want to go to dinner, because I want to go to Cheesecake Factory, the finest establishment in the land, if I say, hey,
I already want to learn more about this because I want to go to dinner where I want to go, and I want my wife to follow me. So let's see Let's see how we do this.
Hey, babe, you want to go to Cheesecake Factory? She might be like, well, no, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. Or like, I'm not really sure. Now, if I switched that and I said, babe, would you be against going to Cheesecake Factory? She'd be like, well, I'm not against going to Cheesecake Factory. And I'm like, great, let's go. That's the beauty of a no.
I wish it was that easy. He's made it sound like as soon as you get the no, I'm not against it, that she's all in. No, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more of a discussion that comes after. But obviously, we know what he's pointing out here.
Based question. See how different it's phrased? And if I say, hey, you excited to move forward today? That's a yes, right? It's harder to get someone to say, yes, I'm excited to move forward today. Would you be opposed to moving forward at the end of the conversation? No, I'm not opposed to moving forward. Great. And we get the sale. The psychology behind this.
Yeah, so again, are you opposed to moving forward? No. Okay, great. And you get the sale. Love Alex's stuff, but of course, let's keep in mind he's trying to condense a relatively big topic into a short period of time here for a TikTok, right? There are going to be other skills, other strategies you're going to need once you get that no, right? We talk about getting someone closer to the sale. So it's not that this is going to get you to the sale, but this is going to get you closer to the sale, and it's a nice strategy to use a no-based question. There's going to be other things you need to add in to get them to the sale, but this is a nice tip to add into your arsenal, you know? This reminds me of another sales strategy that could go hand in hand with this quite nicely. It's called the assumed close. It's when you're using your language and the words that you have selected in a way that just assumes they're in. So if they ask you the price, instead of saying, yeah, it's $10,000, would you like to join, right? That's where we're trying to get the yes here. Well, instead, we use the assumed close. We say, yeah, it's $10,000 or it's 2 payments of 6. Which works best for you? So we've asked them a question that was not related to do you want to join or not. It's assuming that they're in, and now which payment option do you want? So using these two together could be pretty neat. Stephen Bartlett. I like this guy, the new dragon on Dragon's Den, or just recently. Good for him.
The most important thing I came to learn about business is that your outcomes are actually more correlated to how good you are at hiring than you'll ever know. And I didn't learn this until my 3rd year in business. As a young entrepreneur, you kind of think it's about you or your talent or what you know. And then I remember that the moment in my business where we hired really exceptional people, and it changed everything. And it was pivotal. And I just wish someone had said to me earlier, in fact, you are a recruitment company. My number one job is to recruit good people and create a culture where we get the best out of those people. That is it. That is literally it.
So I'm really pleased that he mentioned the culture piece at the end there as well. And everything in this video is spot on. I really like this. It goes hand in hand with what we were just looking at from Gary Vee, although perhaps said a little bit more eloquently here with Stephen Bartlett. It's the same thing. Right, it's about the hiring process, who you're bringing in. But then he mentioned at the very end there, and I would have loved if he had expanded on that a little bit, it's building the right culture to get the most out of them. That's not in the sense, or I'm speaking for Stephen, but that's not in the sense of get the most out of them and just, squeeze them like a sponge. No, it's get the most out of them because you're creating an environment, a culture, a team presence where people thrive in that environment, that naturally their creativity comes out. Naturally, more skills emerge. Naturally, there are progression paths that show themselves because of the culture you've created. It's so important. There's only so far you can go in your business by yourself, and then it's about getting other people around you. I had a similar realization moment that Stephen was talking about there. There was a moment in my business where I started to build my team, changed the way I started to build it, and we've had people that have been with us for many, many years now. And I'm at a place where I am enjoying our company perhaps more than I ever have before, because I'm seeing leadership emerging. I'm seeing people taking on more responsibilities. We're having new people join the company that are helping us get to the next level. It's great. I really like what Stephen had to say here.
Marketing secret you need to know. People love the number 3. It's in our human nature. Things in 3 are easier to remember. Think about it. As children, we learned in 3s. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 3 little pigs. And marketers use this to their advantage. They use it in slogans, ads, and so on. Use it in your marketing. Follow for more tips.
So that's interesting, actually, and I didn't know that, and I gotta be careful that my skeptical brain doesn't turn too far on, because I often hear these like branding tips and marketing strategies like this, and I wonder, like, how do we actually know that? Maybe let me know in the comments. Maybe you can expand on this for me. Like, how do we know that categorically has an impact on someone's buying decision, or the brand equity of a company, or someone falling more in love with that brand or getting closer? Like, how do we actually know that? I don't doubt that this guy has seen some reliable sources that have said this. If that's true, and I say if, that's actually pretty neat, and I like that. What I do want to point out, and let me know in the comments if you disagree with this, but I really feel quite strongly about this. I come from a world of direct response marketing, so it is different to a lot of other industries where we are far more forthcoming with leading someone from a stranger to a ready-to-buy client and closing the deal, and we want that to happen in a really succinct fashion. Right? They come from an ad, they opt in to our funnel, they consume some content, and they purchase, and all of that happens in a day or two. Whereas these strategies here, these are more long-term branding strategies that combining hundreds of these little micro things actually moves the needle in a big way. My suggestion is focus on direct response marketing strategies first to generate some quick wins, some quick cash, and then this is the stuff that is really nice and interesting. And yeah, let's start to include that stuff. It's like when people talk about the different brand colors that you can use in your branding, and different colors mean different things, and that's all great stuff. But I think that comes second to just getting some sales quickly and then focusing on some of these more longer term strategies. We got your Nate guy again. Let's see what he's got for us this time. What did I say? Nate. Oh, see it. Don't even know the guy's name. All right, let's watch again.
You're not obsessed with money, you're a born loser. You should be obsessed with money. When a multimillionaire says, I'll teach you how to make money inside of Hustlers University, you should have already signed up. It shouldn't be a delay. If you're sitting there going, maybe, then you're just a born loser. Because we don't care, because I don't need your money, right? I don't need one more student. Hustlers University has 10,200 students. We don't care, right? We're not doing this for that. If anyone who's watched my videos long enough knows that we're doing this, not to be philanthropic, but it's because we're trying to build an army of the right mindset. If you're sitting there going, I'm fine being broke, then you're a loser and you deserve the slavery which will be bestowed upon you.
This guy, actually, do you know what? I must be honest. Actually, there's a fair bit to like about this guy. You know, some of his messaging here is the type of stuff that we use in our marketing. We're just not as aggressive in the way we say it. Like he mentioned in there, look, you know, if you join Hustlers University, whatever it's called or not, I don't care. You know, basically implying it's not going to change my life, but it has the potential to change your life. That's stuff that we talk about. I like that. His overarching message here, I must be honest, completely disagree with that. He's essentially insinuating that you're either obsessed with money and that is the right answer, or you are not obsessed with money and you're a loser. Well, that is very black and white. And that's, of course, his perspective. That is his opinion. I think there's a middle ground, right? I think that you can have a view of money and a view of making more money, growing businesses, being relatively assertive in the decisions you make to make that happen, but not going so far that your life literally evolves around your obsession of money. You know, the Bible talks about the love of money is the problem. Money's not the issue. You know, seeking after growing your income, not the issue. The love of money. So we've got to be careful of that, right? Otherwise, we're going to fall into a trap where what happens if we're so obsessed with the money that when things are going well, we're great, high flying, feeling good. What happens when you have that business crash? Something goes wrong. Money is now removed from your life. You could quite honestly fall into a deep depression because that was the one thing you were building your life around, right? What if money was a resource you were using? You could do a lot of stuff with it, but you weren't so obsessed with it that is literally building your happiness. And if it was removed, there's a big issue there. You know, like my wife, for example, you know, I am excited about growing businesses. I've built our business to over 8 figures now. Like I thrive in that environment. I love it. All right, I like growing businesses and what we can do with that. She has zero interest in making money. You know, we could go live in a log cabin somewhere with no money and just a little fire to keep us warm. And as long as we were together, like she'd be super happy, right? And so there's not an obsession with money there, but she's thriving in life. So we've got to have a good balance. So don't necessarily agree with his message here, but this guy's actually quite interesting to listen to, I must admit, and I'll probably watch a few more of his videos.
I was taking home about $20,000 a month from my gym, and I was still sleeping on the floor, and here's why. I actually am very security driven. I wanted to make sure that I had a nest egg, which I had pretty much blown in order to start this business. And so every month as it went up, my profit went up, but I just plowed that all into savings because I was so worried about something potentially happening. And ultimately, I think it was the right call because I was able to make bigger decisions later because of the savings I was able to have by not getting a place and spending stuff on furnishing and all that kind of jazz.
That's good. I like that very much. I learned this lesson a little bit later. You know, when I made my first million, I remember just traveling around the world, spending it a little bit too lavishly, and you know, and then looking in the bank account thinking, where the heck did the million go, right? And then I started learning these lessons. And now we're in a very secure place in the company where, exactly as Alex just said, we've got enough cash reserves that the company is so healthy and so comfortable that I can go out there and make riskier decisions that have a very good chance at growing our company to the next level. But if things go wrong, we still have comfortable reserves. And so that allows me, as Alex just said, to make those bigger, more riskier decisions, but doing it from a place of comfort and health for the company. So really like it. Like I said, watch this guy's stuff. It's really cool. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Hey, if you want me to make more videos like this, let me know in the comments box. And also, if you want me to react to certain TikToks or Instagram Reels, let me know. Tag them below. Send them to us. And maybe they'll be featured in one of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you guys soon.